Welcome to the Voice of Evolution. And so the month of May, we're moving out of something called quarantine, which is actually restricting the movement of a sick person. But what we have seen is tyranny and removing the freedom of a healthy person. And so what you will believe in the month of May is what you will create entirely. For all my life, I've been fighting to bring the breath of life-giving properties, the eternal breathing system, back to people by overriding the falseness in science. And so teaching that is imperative in the month of May, because if you heard, it was Professor Knut Witkowski, very interesting professor. He said that going outdoors is what stops every respiratory disease. And so in lockdown, or going outdoors or just for an hour and doing some fitness and running back inside creates mental disability, creates stress, creates, the mud in the body through your lungs, through the esophagus, through every mental pattern you have. And so all this politicized or junk science, we can see that scientists are being paid to find conclusions that benefit their paymasters and not science, because it's just junk. And so they come up with explanatory analysis, very flagrant conflicts of interest, together with an obsession for pursuing fashionable trends of dubious importance and does not benefit humanity at all. So science is really moving finally into the darkness, and so I'm happy to see that some scientists returned their license in order to really open up the truth of their light connected to the universe. Remember, the month of May is all about manifesting yourself, manifesting your life stream over and over and over again. And that starts out with the breath. So there is also an increasing current published research finding, and in which it is proven that the COVID-19 has no scientific proof that it comes from whatever animal. It is not proven where it comes from. It certainly comes not from the breath of people. It has been proven no mask can protect you, so certainly not washing your hands. And we need to be clean, right? And decent people. Okay, but I don't wash my hands like 20,000 times a day. Okay, that is really unnecessary. So health is really an issue, and that is where your entire life could change this month. So it is taking personal responsibility for adequate love, loving self, and do not expect it from others, because everybody has their issues. But if you can start with yourself and mutate yourself with a good dose of sunlight, pure oxygen only comes through light fields. As long as your mentality, your brain, your attention, your perspectives move into the newscast and you dig into these conversations of low mentality that break your brains, then you breathe the density, and so you are more up to getting diseases no matter what. So pure water, optimum nutrition, exercise, emotional ease, release of shocks, release of traumatic circumstances. That is all health, and especially your most important health stream would be your direct connect to your sources, your spirit, your spark, or your spiritual purpose. Without your spiritual purpose, you have nothing at all. You become a hermit of density of the darkness, and that is not what is going to bring you in tune with everything that is out there, with all your talents, with all your beauty, with manifesting. I mean, everything that has been, that stayed actually dormant in your brains through the old dense matrix that was somehow created. So, disease, furthermore, is really caused by deficiency, toxicity, stagnation, obstruction, congestion, the environment, and all that accumulates in the body every day until the body, the brain explodes and cannot handle it anymore. And so you get trauma, shock, fear, all these lower levels. Why would fear exist anyways? Doesn't really matter if you live on this planet or on another planet. Like that is just a transition, right? But still, when we live on that special hormone that is termed the death hormone in the body, as long as it is alive in your glandular construction, you will be up to feed yourself to that old newscast that has no value, that is filled with falseness, everyday falseness. And so we need to get out of the poison, get out of the pesticides, get out of the GMOs, get out of pharmaceutical drugs. There's no one single drug that can help any disease, because it has so many side effects that cause another disease upon another disease upon another disease. And then again, as I said in my former videos, while the earth is lifting, which you can see at night as the stars are coming closer and closer, the sun, the moon is coming closer, so the earth is ascending, human consciousness is ascending, the body is ascending. So we need to purify and align to these ascending frequencies and raise your vibration so it can match, and that can only be done through the installation of a foundation in the home, a crystalline grid in the home, and then it kicks in your body, in your brain, and of course for many people that are barely awakening, that is sometimes hard to understand, because you cannot grasp the unseen, yet you can feel the unseen. You can feel when somebody is angry. You can feel when somebody is happy. You can feel when something is not okay with you, not in tune. You can feel that. So that is a way to start to believe that all energy is pure consciousness. And so when we have this negative consciousness and the oxygen level in the body is at a very low rate, it's very hard to get to remove the dense energy unless we open up the body, and especially the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, to a level where you release the first degrees of old mentality actually, and especially the emotions. So the universal energies have a portal point to your feet center, your hand center, your crown chakra, your root center, to open up, and so you start feeling these wheels of light, and that is the way how you can become an eternal vibration and heal the body out by breathing through energies. And so the breath direct connect to your source is being opened. The breath of life is being opened because that is cut off when living through the matrix. And then we open up to the eternal breath, then to the immortal breath, and up and up and up. And so when you breathe, you just feel all these energies like big waves in the body, and they start communicating with you. So you become actually your own health center, so to speak. Not only so to speak, you will become your own health center because you can just ask the energies, what is the best frequency, like in color codes, like 3 colors, for example, to heal my specific issues with anger. Okay, everybody has a lot of anger coming through, but that is not a solution, because if we move the code of acceptance through of what is happening, that will move you forward a lot faster than digging into any negative emotion. From there on, you open the breath, get these codes in, and we move everything that was that meat in the body, that consciousness in the body, and so you can open up the memory codes in which you can receive your own information and do what is meant to be. Like take, for example, cancer. That is the body responding simply to a very low level of oxygen in the body. If you cannot breathe for a few minutes, then your oxygen is off. Most people go like this in meditation. And the breath stops. That's very off because the oxygen cannot go into the details of your body's circulation. Your circulation is pure energy. And so when working on that, you can completely change yourself just in 8 days' time by looking at why you are not manifesting what you would truly like to manifest. And so it's also perfectly feasible or possible that in Wuhan, in China, all these 5G towers, they have a severe air pollution, and so they will get some mandatory vaccinations, and that will increase that. And also during the lockdown, did you know they were installing these 5G stations all over? And so that will cut people's oxygen more and more and more. It's your life stream, dear people. Your life stream is your air, your breath, your breathing system, your lungs will be cut down if you keep on living in the matrix. So even Dr. John Leonandis stated that due to the governmental policies, scientific studies have shown the lockdown will result in an extreme increase of mental depression, alcoholism, drugs, suicide with young people. That all of that is not being reported in the news. The news doesn't want to know that young people die from suicide. I mean, are you getting it yet? Wake up. It is really a war on humanity. So, and be aware of the fact that there is no scientific evidence that wearing a mask stops the spread of disease. And if you have some logic in your brains, then you would know that the air that is polluted and full of toxins will get you diseases. When you get into a crystalline field, light field, and you install that, And that becomes your motor, your driving motor, because you take that grid, that crystalline field with you everywhere where you go. You breathe pure earth, light earth air. And that is how you can heal everybody in your surrounding and yourself, and keep yourselves from anything out there, because that is humanity against governments, right?